On March 17, 1987, 40-year-old Kerry McLaughlin was fishing for barramundi with his son, 17-year-old Michael, at the notorious Cahill Crossing in Kakadu National Park in Australia. The two men were there because this area kind of naturally, funnels in a bunch of these fish. And also because of that, it naturally funnels in what this crossing is absolutely notorious for. And that is having a huge population of saltwater crocodiles. Some 120 of these apex predators are right in this general area. So not only is the area dangerous because this crossing will, with rising and falling tides, will sweep cars away as they try and cross, but also you have just this crazy amount of crocodiles there. And it is this that draws in a bunch of tourists. They come to look at the crocodiles. And there was nothing different on this day. You've got Kerry and his son Michael fishing, and you've got a bunch of tourists watching them fish. One of the tourists' name was Everett. He took some pictures of Michael and Kerry fishing, and at some point he struck up a conversation with Kerry about these crocodiles and what have you. Well, at some point during the day, the tide is rising, and Kerry, the father, notices that across the crossing, there is a vehicle that looks like it wants to cross. But Kerry knows that with how high the tide is, there's no way this vehicle is going to make it. So Kerry makes an interesting decision. With his fishing pole and beer in hand, he gets in the water and makes the crossing on foot. And he goes and he tells this vehicle, hey, don't even try this. You're going to get swept away. It's too dangerous. After he tells them not to make the crossing, he begins to make his way back to the shore where he was fishing on. And on his way back, he ends up slipping on the causeway down into deeper water, at least chest high, 5 feet deep water. And when he does that, a massive 5.1 or 16.5 foot long crocodile enters the water and begins to make its way towards Kerry. It submerges, but Everett, the tourist from Seattle who was talking with Kerry earlier, he sees this crocodile doing this, and he begins to scream at Kerry to get out of the water. Specifically, he says, hey, we've got a crocodile moving over here. Well, in a very short amount of time, that crocodile surfaces right up next to Kerry. And all Kerry's got is his beer and his fishing pole. So he throws his beer bottle at this thing, and he's trying to beat it off with his fishing pole. But this does absolutely nothing. The crocodile surfaces right next to him, lunges at him, and it grabs him around the head. And then it seems like it twists and chomps, and it removes Kerry's head right there in front of at least 6 tourists and Kerry's son, Michael. Michael was throwing rocks at the crocodile, but of course that did nothing. Well, the crocodile, after it removes Kerry's head, it grabs Kerry's body and it just swims away. Well, they contact authorities. A search and rescue boat is launched 20 to 30 minutes later. They end up locating this crocodile, a crocodile who was locally known as Eric. It still has Kerry's body in its mouth. Authorities would end up shooting the crocodile in the head, at which point the crocodile released Kerry and submerged. They were able to retrieve Kerry's body, but they do not know whether or not they actually killed Eric or not, because Eric's body never resurfaced.